Sydney, I guess the obvious thing is your injury, and now you're back. How was the first night out?
It felt really good to be back out there. I definitely felt like a different player, but it was nice to be back with my teammates.
Yeah, how many games did you actually miss, and how many weeks?
I think I missed 5 games in 2.5 weeks. So
back out practicing, obviously, before you played. Was it a big feeling of adjusting again when you hit the practice floor?
Not so much practicing. I feel like Charlie, our athletic trainer, and Coach Szymanski did a really good job of easing me back into practice, so I never felt like I was nervous or I wasn't ready. But it was an adjustment last night for sure.
Yeah, what was that like? What kind of adjustment?
Well, you know, your brain is just going 100 miles an hour, and you're just so excited to be back out there, but your body is only going like 40 miles an hour. So it was an adjustment, and I think Coach really helped me at halftime because she was like, Sydney, just calm down, like don't try to do too much. You know, you're fine, you're back out there, and kind of told me to relax, so that helped me a lot.
Sydney Offield is our guest at halftime here. I guess that's a pretty tough team to come back against. It looked like Truman played great defense.
Yeah, they did, and they were definitely hitting some three-point shots there in the first half too. So we had to hold tight on the defensive end, and then on the offensive end, I feel like we did a really good job last night of getting it into the paint. So.
Yeah, there were a number of players that did well when they were allowed to because Truman was so good, but we were awful good on defense as well. How do you feel about the defensive end of the floor and your injury?
Defensively, as a team last night, like you said, I thought we did a pretty good job. We've been doing a really good job the last few games communicating, which is awesome because communicating brings energy and then it allows you to get in good defensive positioning. Me personally, with my injury, I just got to get myself to actually sit down and get in a good athletic stance because when I'm straight up, I'm not very quick. And I think that'll be just an adjustment I have to keep reminding myself when I'm playing right now.
Will there be any further, you didn't have surgery that I know of, but will there be anything like that over the summer for your knee?
No, as of right now, no surgery. I should just keep doing rehab, working with our athletic trainers, and just work on body mechanics and getting myself back to where I should be.
Sydney Offield is a redshirt freshman, started at Missouri Southern University. You've mentioned Charlie Miller, and what kind of we don't talk about Charlie, I think, enough. What kind of work has he done with you?
He has helped me so much since I've been here in the summer. I remember coming in as soon as I transferred, and I was like, hi, my name's Sydney. I tore my ACL last year, and I just introduced myself to him, and he started working with me right away in the summer, and he's worked with me every day since then, so I'm super grateful for him.
Yeah, I'd kind of forgotten about that. Is it the same knee you injured before?
Yes, it's my left knee.
Scary when it happened? Were you worried about that?
When I tore my ACL, that was scary. When I hurt my MCL previously a couple weeks ago, that wasn't as bad at all. So.
Sydney Offield is with us, and again, the transfer from Missouri Southern. You come to a Jewel, and what's the difference between the two campuses, both academically and athletically?
Academically, there's a lot of differences. The class sizes are a lot smaller, more personal here at William Jewell, and I absolutely love that and appreciate that. The campus is beautiful too, so that's a plus. Athletically, there are a bunch of differences too. I'm just super thankful for my team. They've become my family, and I think just having a close relationship with my teammates and my coaches has been a really big deal.
Yeah, and what we talked about before, I think Coach Szymanski kind of insists that you be close. There is no margin for error on that one. Sydney, you grew up in Liberty. You were telling me you've played with All-Staters and things like that, but what do you think is the strongest point of your game?
I think I just have a lot of energy. I'm extremely passionate, and it doesn't matter if we get a charge or if we, cause a turnover and get the ball back. I'm just always excited about the play. So.
Yeah, I've seen that, and I think anybody that's seen you play would say that. Tell me about your family, if you would, a little bit.
Yeah, so I have a little brother named Micah. He is about to turn 17, and he's awesome. He's my best friend. He's a lot bigger than me, so that's frustrating. He's like 6'2", and I don't know how he got all the height. And then my mom and my dad, I have 3 older stepsisters, and just all my family lives right here in Liberty, so it's amazing being back.
Hard to be back in some aspects, to go to school in your hometown?
Not at all, because I think once you're in college, if you're going to college like you're supposed to, you feel like you're in a different world. So I I definitely still feel like I have that separation, but it's the coolest thing in the world when it comes to Thursday nights or Saturdays, and I can see all of my family in the stands, not just my mom or my dad.
Sydney Offield is with us, and just back from injury, played against Truman State on Thursday night. And where do you see your career going from this point? I mean, in other words, when you're done with basketball at William Jewell College, what would you like to have people say about you?
I hope people just say that I was a hard worker, and every night I always gave 100% on the court. That's what I would like to be remembered as, is somebody that was just relentless and tenacious and never gave up. And I hope that they say that I was basketball smart, especially since I want to go into coaching, so knowing the game is really important too.
Yeah, that was the next thing I was going to talk to you about. You do want to be a college coach. Is that the kind of person you would recruit?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that it's really important that you have players that you don't have to motivate yourself as a coach. People should want to be there every day and understand the opportunity that it is, no matter if it's a practice or if it's a game or just a summer workout. So.
You are currently in elementary education. You told me you want to teach fourth graders. What's the motivation behind that?
I just love working with kids, and I think that they're so full of life and energy, which is obviously very important to me. But it's just cool to interact with them and just see all the places that they'll go. I was talking to a friend the other day, and I actually taught a lesson last week, and it's also a great feeling just to see the light bulb go off in kids' heads, and they're like, oh, I get it now, and I'm like, yes, yes. So,
you have a shout-out to those folks at that school?
Yeah, okay, shout-out to Mr. Williamson's fourth grade class at Warren Hills Elementary.
Sydney Offield, our guest here. Delightful to visit with you finally, and boy, I know that injury is not going to hamper you too much. I could see it last night that it may take a little bit, but boy, great contribution to the program this year. So good to have you.
Thank you for having me here.
And we'll be back with the second half from Illinois Springfield in a moment.